Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. This video is kind of for me. I have not been feeling good about myself lately or the way my life has been going. So I decided to put a pin. I want to document this, how I'm feeling, where I am at right now in life, and take it from there. So in the future, when I look back on this video, I'm gonna say, I was there, I felt this way, and now I'm here. Kind of like Iman Gadzi did it. I'm starting a little late. I'm 23 now, but it's fine. It's always good to start, always better late than never. And it's probably gonna be so frustrating watching this video in the future because this is kind of just thoughts going into the camera. But yeah, anyways. So I'm Leo, 23 years old, soon to be 24. And I lived in Syria until I was 15, and at 15 I came here to Sweden. Now, one thing about us human beings is that we're never really satisfied. When I was in Syria, I was so scared of going to high school. More specifically, third year high school. I remember the feeling so good because my bigger sister, she is very smart. My bigger sister is so smart. She used to sit down and study for hours, and even she found that third year of high school was insanely difficult. Why? Because in Syria specifically, I don't know if it's in other countries, but it surely isn't like this in Europe. Third year of high school, you have to learn everything in every book. And at the end of the year, you have exams in everything. So yeah, I was really scared of that, and I haven't really left the country before. It's not a thing for us in Syria. It's not a thing. My father worked, my mother was a stay-at-home mother, and that was that. Like, our life was, we went on trips, but inside of Syria. We never really left the country. It was not a thing. So when the idea came and my mom saw that the situation is deteriorating in Syria, the war had begun, everything is going to a really bad place. She's like, yo, if we would send you to Sweden, would you go? And I'm like, are you kidding me? Of course. And I remember the first thought that popped into my head is, oh my God, I'm not gonna be studying here. I'm so happy. Because my cousin had been here previously. My aunts and cousins, they came here before me. So he kind of talked to me about Sweden and how the grading system is and how the school is, and they give you the questions that you have to study before the exams and all that stuff. So I was just immensely happy. But yeah, I think about us human beings is that we're never really satisfied. So again, leaving the country from Syria and coming to Europe specifically is like, wow, it's literally the dream, just coming to Europe, because in all the movies, everywhere you see, it's like Europe is the dream. For some people, it's America. For me, it's been Europe and America at some point. But yeah, I came here and I was so happy. But then so much stuff just pile on each other that you never really experience true happiness. You know, like the first 2 days, all right, but then I had to learn a whole new language. I used to look at people and they were talking a language that I didn't understand. And that made my heart drop, honestly. Like, I'm like, oh my God, this is my life now. I have to learn this language. I'm not understanding a single letter they are saying. I felt lost. So then I learned the language, took me like 5 months. And then I directly started in 9th grade. I'm like, all right, now we're in it. Started 9th grade, thankfully, it wasn't very difficult. And compared to how we have school in Syria and how everything is in Syria, this felt like a walk in the park. Aside from the language being a difficult thing, sometimes, like when studying history or society or whatever, it's called society or social studies, I don't care. But yeah, again, you never really get to experience so much this, yeah, I'm in Europe, because so much things just pile on each other and you gotta prove yourself in some way. So yeah, anyways, 9th grade, so I came to Sweden, I believe like 4 to 5 years or something, months or something. Started 9th grade and then into high school. And from high school, I went to university. I studied embedded systems engineering, and now I have my diploma. I finished university in June, and I still haven't found a job. So when I was 17, I started on this journey of entrepreneurship. I got so into this, starting a company, being your own boss, just having a ton of money, everything is doing it. It's just this cool thing that you want to chase. So since I was 17, I was studying, but on the side, I've always had some idea going on. Like I learned some web development. I wanted to start a web page, and then I learned that there's like front end and back end and stuff. So I was like, oh my god, this is so much. And then I just started a web page on Wix and started selling earphones. It didn't go so well. I went to the stock market. It didn't go so well. I invested in crypto. It didn't go so well. And at that time, I didn't really have that much money. So whatever idea I started, I gotta admit this to myself, I wasn't fully driven into this idea. I just wanted to kind of start something and see if it takes off. So now I'm 23. And I'm still very interested in this entrepreneurship. I want to be rich. I want to be my own boss. I don't want to work for someone else. I just want the dream. My dream is to be my own boss. My dream is to start a company, be proud of it. That's my dream. And I've been chasing that dream since I was 17. I'm now 23. And I'm no closer to my dream than I was. Well, of course, I'm closer because I learned so much new stuff. Now I can create a web page. I know advertising on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, etc. But at the end, you need a good idea, you need a good execution, and you can't just like drop shipping, SMMA, social media marketing, all that stuff is so oversaturated that I gotta find the new best thing or find something that works for me. And I know it takes time, it's just demotivating. And now I'm an engineer. I have the title. I haven't found a job yet. Why? Because, well, it's not a good time for IT people. A lot of people got laid off, and whenever someone wants to hire, they're looking for senior or mid, not really junior people to hire, which is understandable. They want some people who are experienced. But yeah, I've been on a job hunt since June. And now it's December, so almost 6 months. Haven't really found a job yet. I'm close on one. I'm closing in on one though, in Stockholm, and there's another one in my city right here. But yeah, anyways, how do I feel about working? Every guru out there on the internet says, oh, 9 to 5, you don't need 9 to 5, you don't need university. So while I was studying university and in high school, I was just watching people online and everyone was saying 9 to 5 is a scam, don't go university, you don't need university, work on this instead, work on that instead. But in my mind, it's always been high school, university, and you can always do the other stuff on the side, like, when you're in your free time. And by the way, I did YouTube for many years. Like, I believe since I was 17, I started doing YouTube, and I created multiple channels. This channel you're seeing right now, this video on, I have 1,050 subscribers. I had uploaded over 400 videos, and then I was like, I'm gonna completely change things up, mix things up. I deleted all my videos, and I really regret that. It would have been nice to have them there, for good memories. But it's fine. What's done is done, and now we're here. But yeah, anyways. So I'm not happy because I haven't really accomplished anything big. Okay, it's really difficult for me to see, okay, now I'm fluent at English, I'm fluent in Swedish, I can 3 languages, I can speak and write 3 languages. I have an engineering degree. I live in Sweden. I have my family. I have friends. All that stuff. And I have a really loving girlfriend. All that stuff. But my mind is focused on something that I've been dreaming of since I was 17. So everything else fails in comparison. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm grateful for everything I've accomplished. I'm grateful for everything that I have. It's just I'm not really satisfied. I don't know if I'll ever be satisfied. There isn't really a number or something. I just want to be able to provide for me and my family and feel like I've done it, I've achieved it, this is my life. And being an engineer, especially in Sweden where the taxes are so high, like it's not really your way out. I'm gonna be living comfortably, I believe, after a few years, of course, when I know the work and I find my place. But at the moment, IT engineering is just so big. Like there is testing, there is verification, there is development, there's software development, hardware development. There are just so many different routes to take that it's gonna take me time to find what I'm after and what's good for me. And during that time, I'm gonna be trying to find some ideas. Maybe if YouTube takes off, it's gonna be my kind of business. But other than that, I want something for myself and I haven't had it yet. So yeah, I'm honestly not feeling very good and I don't really like living in Sweden. Mostly because of the weather. Last summer, we literally saw the sun for 1 week. That was everything. Maybe 2 weeks. That was my summer. And now it's been snowy, it's been rainy. I haven't gone to the gym in forever because honestly I don't feel like leaving my home. It is a bit depressing and boring. And I have been living this student life for so long and now I haven't found a job. So I've never really had a salary. I've never been comfortable where I'm like, oh wow, I have this much money. I can actually set this much aside and I can do this other stuff with other money. I haven't really gotten to that point yet. So I'm waiting to see when I work and when I have a good salary, how will I feel? Will I feel different? Then I will have money to invest in some ideas that I want to invest in. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't want to seem all negative on you. I'm looking forward to my work life. And who knows, maybe 9 to 5, or in Sweden we have like 7 to 4. But anyways, as an engineer, this is kind of big thing why I went engineering is because you can work flexibly. You can come to the office from 7 to 9 and you can leave from like 3 to 5 whenever you want. You can work from home sometime. So yeah, just a lot of good stuff, honestly, and it's the closest you can come to being your own boss without really being your own boss, because you can work from home and it's a possibility. So that's a big reason why I went this route. And honestly, I don't regret my decision. I just feel like university haven't really given me so much that I feel I'm confident in this. I know everything. And I will never know everything, but it would have been nice if they went about it differently. But at the same time, I have the paper that everyone likes, and if I didn't have it, now here is the alternative. While I was studying, I was of course working. I had to work at McDonald's, at an elderly home. I had the paper route and all that stuff. So the alternative to me studying and getting a degree is working at a grocery store, is working with the elderlies, is working at McDonald's, in a fast food restaurant, whatever it is. And these jobs don't pay well and you're working the same hours. So you might as well get a degree, work on yourself, have a good salary and an actual career. And if you hit it off in the future with a big idea, if you start a company, anything you want, you do it. And this is the good thing about Sweden, is the work-life balance. You always have vacation days. It's literally in the legal system, you have to have vacation days. And you're not really allowed. A company can't really force you to work more than 40 hours a week or whatever it is. Depends on what branch you're in and what is your occupation and all that stuff. But in general, the work-life balance in Sweden is so good that you always have time to work on something else after your job, which is just a big plus for me. I'm looking forward to experience the future, and I'm looking forward to certain aspects of it. I'm just not feeling good about myself right now because I haven't really achieved anything. I don't feel like I've achieved much, even though, again, I'm finished with university. I know multiple languages, family, friends. But yeah, still, it's hard to look at that stuff when you're in this spot. So yeah, just wanted to share these thoughts with you and with myself for future me. And yeah, happy Christmas and happy New Year's. And I'll update you guys whenever I have something new to update.